Okay, guys, so something kind of annoying just happened, and I'm gonna talk about it, but also I want people's opinions on this because I want to know if I don't know, maybe this is just a touchy subject for me because of like past experiences, but basically, like, I was at my young adult church group that I go to on Sunday nights, and basically, this girl made a comment about like my outfit and my Starbucks. She's like, "Oh, you look like a basic white girl with your beanie and your Starbucks and your shoes." And I was just like kind of irritated by that comment. But I'm going to explain to you guys why. Because I just feel like I get annoyed regardless when people like racial make racial comments like that, but also it's like just the overall notion of, telling someone or like calling someone like, oh, you're acting black or you're acting white if someone's doing something that they're stereotyping you basically as, regardless, because that's where those types of comments come from. It's just someone trying to like stereotype you essentially. And that's something that I dealt with a lot growing up, being like a minority, always around um I would say I don't even want to get into it anymore. Like, now that I'm talking about it, I'm like, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. But basically my thoughts are just, I don't know, it's like I get it. She didn't mean it in like a negative way. She's just making a joke. I didn't find it funny, however, because I don't know. I didn't find it funny because maybe I am overthinking it too. Just like, oh, because my first thought was like, so is wearing a beanie makes me white? Are black people not allowed to like Starbucks or wear like UGG boot slide slippers? And it basically is just like, I've dealt with like comments like that my whole life. People always tell me, "Oh, you sound white," or "You act white." "Oh, you want to be white." And it's like I've gotten that from both white people and black people. So it's not even like it's just one or the other doing it. It's from both people. Been told I've been told by another black person, "Oh, you sound like a white girl." And I've been told by white people, "Oh, you sound like a white girl." So it's just like either side that is coming from, I'm still being stereotyped at the end of the day, because you're basically saying it's white. You're basically, this is the irritating part. One, it comes off like I'm trying to be white because I do certain things, and that's literally not at all my goal. Like, just because I enjoy a Starbucks every now and again, like, sue me. Black people are allowed to like Starbucks. Like, I don't know. When did we say only white people can drink Starbucks? And it's just like when people make those comments, like, do they hear what they're saying? Because you're basically saying like, oh well, Starbucks is mostly just what white people do, where it's like, this is, you're creating like this notion or this honestly, I'm tired and I really I don't even want to get into it right now. I thought I did because I was like marinating on it, but it really is just like people need to have more, I guess, just nuance. Like, I would never make a comment like that to somebody else. Like, oh, what you're wearing today is something like makes you look like a black girl, or like what you're doing. It's just like, I don't know, racialized. I feel like racialized comments like that are just, oh, in general, kind of ignorant. But it's also just like, you're basically saying, based on my stereotypes of white people and black people, you don't fit what I believe a black person is supposed to act like. Or the way you're dressed makes me feel like you want to be white, is what I basically hear. And the thing is, like, no, I don't want to be a white person. No, I'm not trying to act white or sound white. It's like, this is just the way I speak, the way I talk, the way I dress. It's just what I like, period. Like, I just feel like you can be inspired by the people around you, And I always say this, like, I always get told like I'm whitewashed because I don't fit the stereotype that people have of a black person or a black woman. And so it's like I get put in a box by black people and I also get put in a box by white people. And I feel like for any other black people who I feel like this is a very specific trope of black people who grew up in either around mostly white people or just don't fit the stereotypes people associate with black people. And it's very ignorant, uneducated to make comments like that about someone. And I really feel like I get those comments more from people who are not around enough different cultures that they think they need to comment on it. Personally, I feel like I've grown up in white spaces and black spaces. Like, I grew up going to a mostly black church. So this is where I feel like people don't understand. Like, I didn't grow up only around white people. My school, my schools when I was really young, like when I lived in Texas, I was mostly around Hispanics. Um, when I was in Colorado, it was mostly whites. When I got to Georgia, it was pretty like even. Like that was the most black people I've been around. And the church I grew up going to from like fourth grade till I graduated was majority black. So, and I did that for like 8 years of my life. I was growing up. So it's like I'm very comfortable being in a room full of white people, black people, whatever people. It doesn't really bother me. Like I can fit in anywhere because I've grown up in diverse spaces. But regardless, it's just frustrating that people are constantly stereotyping me or typecasting me or trying to tell me like I don't even want to say it's like they're trying to tell me about myself, but just like trying to put it's really just like trying to put me in a box, and I hate that. I hate when people try to stereotype me or make a claim about like me as a person. That's just very ignorant. So anyways, I don't wish to be white. I'm not ashamed to be black. I'm not like being black. I feel like being black is not I'm not ashamed that I'm black. It's just a matter of like I don't know. It's just like the whole concept of race to me is kind of just like dumb. And I made videos about that already. I'm just like, why can't people just like what they like without you trying to stereotype them and put them in a box? Like a black person can be into emo, they can be into goth stuff. It doesn't make them less black. And it's just like the people who are constantly trying to like push black people into this whole like oh like hip hop culture essentially is what most people associate with blackness, and thinking like oh like because you're black you must listen to rap music, or because you're black you must do this. And it's just like it's so ignorant. Like can we just stop doing that altogether? Like let's not do that anymore. So anyways, it's just annoying. But again, I'm used to that type of ignorance from growing up as a minority in mostly white spaces. And I also just think like I don't know, for me I'm just myself. It doesn't have anything to do with like wanting to appease or fit in with a certain group. Like I like what I like and I'm just my own person. You know, I'm very girly. I like things. Do I sometimes do basic things? I feel like I would have preferred her say like, "Oh, it's a basic fall girl." I feel like it was her associating it with like white that made it annoying, cuz I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I was wearing like basic fall outfits like my little Ugg boots and I had Starbucks and I had a this beanie is what I was wearing. Like my hair was exactly like it is now." But it's just like why make that like oh you look like a basic white girl? Why not I just look like a basic girl? You get what I'm saying? Like I don't know. It's just like I feel like when you put a race to things, it becomes like like you're stereotyping me. You're saying like either I don't fit the notion of what you expect a black person to be like, or you're saying like a black person isn't allowed to do these things that you associated with just white people, and therefore it's like either way you're typecasting someone, and that's doesn't feel good. I don't like it. I don't do that to other people. I don't like when people do that to me either. So it just is what it is. But I digress. That is all. I really don't know what else to say. Also, I feel like this is not even a deeper. I don't even think I want to get into it. I feel like I get along really well. Like a lot of my black friends have similar experiences as I do, so like they really understand that experience because it is a unique experience growing up as a black woman in a very whitewashed area. And I feel like people do try to like downplay your blackness, so you're not as black, or make like I said, I get those ignorant statements from other black people too. And I feel like it's more frustrating sometimes when it comes from another black person because ugh, I don't know. It's frustrating regardless, but I talked about how at my last job someone made a comment like that towards me too. And it's just like even other black people will say I'm trying to be white or I act white because I don't fit their own stereotypes of what a black person is supposed to talk like. So like I said, I just feel like the experience of growing up in spaces, I would say majority white spaces as a black person, is a unique experience in and of itself. And I also don't even know, like, I can't say, like, if I had grown up only around black people, I would be a different way because I feel like I'm also a product of my parents. Both of my parents are very well educated. Both of my parents have their master's degree minimum. My dad is actually getting his doctorates right now, or at least he was. I don't know if he still is. Um, and they both speak very properly, like they're very well educated. So like the way I speak is also a product of my parents who taught me how to speak. My mom was really harsh on me and my sisters about the way we spoke, and I used the big word a big word with my sister the other day. I was like, your vernacular. Like my parents were really big on that. I read a lot of books that also expanded my vocabulary and the way I speak. I loved reading. So just like every aspect of me as a person is not just because, oh, you grew up around white people, therefore you want to be white. I definitely feel like when I was younger, like obviously the culture I was surrounded by shaped what was normalized for me. But like I said, I also grew up going to a majority black church. When I went to cosmetology school, it was pretty much all black people almost. So it's just like, I don't have a problem. Like, I love being around other black people and in black spaces. I feel like black people are like the culture that black people do have is very very fun most of the time. Like some of the funniest memories I have are like in those types of spaces. But I also just feel like I'm not the person who thinks like I only need to be in spaces of just black people and only need to surround myself solely with black people, because I also like appreciate having like a diverse friend group and being in diverse spaces. Like growing up, my I had friends of all races. My best friend in kindergarten was a Mexican girl. In Colorado it was a white girl. In Georgia it was an Indian girl, a white girl, and a Mexican girl. Like I never limited who I would be friends with based off of race or anything like that. So I just think it's like, I don't know. It's frustrating, annoying, and just like it's just off-putting. But again, I'm also probably more sensitive to it because of like historical things that have been said to me growing up. So I just really didn't appreciate that comment. And I can't remember how I responded to her. I was basically just like, "Oh, you're trying to come for me or something, whatever." But, it's just like It is. I wouldn't even say it's offense. The reason it's offensive is like because it also comes off like you're saying I want to be white or like I am trying to be white because I don't like my blackness. I feel like that's the other side of it that I'm not explaining well. Like when I that's why I was like, if she had just called me like basic, that would have been fine. I'm like, yeah, I am dressed kind of basic today. Like I was just wearing jeans, a flannel, like some UGG platforms. It was a very basic outfit because I just wanted to be basic and cozy, whatever. And that was the first thing. She's like, "You look very cozy." And like she kept making comments like about my outfit, about how cozy I looked. I was like, "Yeah, I just wanted to be cozy." But it's just like, I don't know. I don't like being racialized. I don't like being racially stereotyped. I feel like that's really what it is. So yeah.